I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. That's right. Who I think is going to answer John Cena's Open Challenge, his United States Championship Open Challenge this Sunday, Hell in a Cell, Carlito. As you can see, this is Cena versus Carlito. There's a bunch of reasons why I think it's going to be Carlito, and I'm going to go over those reasons. But really, whoever it is this Sunday, whether it's Carlito, whether it's Dean Ambrose, whether it's some NXT guy, that person, I think, is going to win the United States Championship from John Cena and beat him that night. Because John Cena, I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't know if this is considered a spoiler. I mean, not really. But basically, John Cena's not advertised for any shows until like late December or something like that. So he's not going to be on TV for a while after Hell in a Cell. And for that reason, that's basically why me and pretty much most people think that whoever faces off against Cena is going to win that match and become the new US champ. So, aside from Carlito, if it's not Carlito, there's a bunch of other superstars that I think it could be. One, Dean Ambrose. Also, an NXT superstar, maybe like Samoa Joe for instance. The return of Alberto Del Rio. One of the three heels in the 6-man tag team match on the kickoff show, so Sheamus, King Barrett, or Rusev. And possibly Braun Strowman. So, I'll go over a bunch of reasons for every single one of these superstars that I just mentioned. And, you know, my top pick is Carlito. But I'll save that for last. So anyways, let's start off with Dean Ambrose. You see, with John Cena probably being out of action after Hell in a Cell, taking a little break, you know, he's not going to be there for a month and a half or so, almost 2 months. With that, they're going to have a lack of faces. John Cena's one of the top faces. He's not, you know, in the World Heavyweight Championship scene right now, but he's still one of the top faces regardless. And so, with him taking a break for a while, and also let's not forget, Randy also got injured. Randy's out of action, so with no Cena, with no Randy, your two top faces, they need to replace them for that while. You know, they need to have somebody replace them as a top face. So Dean Ambrose would be a good candidate for that. Dean Ambrose right now has no match to compete in at Hell in a Cell. He was supposed to team up with Randy to face off against Braun Strowman and Luke Harper. He was in the whole, you know, Bray Wyatt or Wyatt family storyline. Not as much, I guess, as Roman Reigns, but he was, you know, a big part of it too. At least, you know, once they tagged up and face off against the Wyatt family with Jericho. Anyways, that's besides the point. So with Dean Ambrose there, you've got this opportunity to, first off, finally give him a push. And he was actually the first guy to face off against John Cena when John Cena started the Open Challenges. I think it was the Raw right after he won the US Championship. He faced off against Dean Ambrose. That was the first guy to answer his challenge. He did lose that match. So for him to beat John Cena here, it'd be a nice fit. The very first time Cena has the Open Challenge on pay-per-view, he loses the championship to his very first challenger for the United States Championship Open Challenge. It'd just be a nice ending to the whole US Open Challenge thing from John Cena. And with him, you know, being out of action or taking a break for that while, Ambrose is the perfect fit to replace him right here. Have him beat John Cena. It's a huge win for Dean Ambrose, and that places him on a top spot, or in the top spot, because he just beat John Cena for the United States Championship, and is the very first person to beat him in these Open Challenges, because nobody's been able to beat John Cena in the Open Challenges themselves. The only person that beat John Cena for the United States Championship was Seth Rollins, and that was not an Open Challenge. The reasons why Dean Ambrose is not my top pick, though, is number one, they could still want him to focus or just be involved in the whole, you know, Wyatt family feud. Maybe he's just gonna be busy that night just backing up Roman Reigns. Maybe Braun Strowman does get involved in the Hell in a Cell match, and Dean Ambrose decides to even things out or something like that and helps out Roman Reigns, and maybe he's going to be too busy with that to go ahead and participate in this Open Challenge. And also, whoever beats John Cena here, there's a very good chance, actually I'm positive that once John Cena comes back, he's going to feud with that person, and he's going to beat that person to win back the United States Championship. If you guys remember, the last time John Cena won the US Championship, so Night of Champions, once he won it, they made sure to point out that John Cena is one championship away, one United States Championship away from tying Ric Flair's record as, United States Champion. I think John Cena is a 5-time United States Champion, and Ric Flair is a 6-time U.S. Champ. So John Cena only has one more U.S. title reign to tie Ric Flair's record when it comes to the U.S. Championship. Oddly enough, he also has only one championship left to tie Ric Flair's reign for also the World Heavyweight Championship. So what I'm thinking is they want Cena to tie Ric Flair's records or break both of Ric Flair's records. Actually, Night of Champions, once they mentioned that, I was like, alright, who's John Cena going to lose the U.S. title to, and who's he going to win it back from? Or when's he going to win it back? And since he's going to take this break right here, it just makes sense for Cena once he comes back to go ahead and challenge or try and take back his U.S. title. And I don't see him coming back and taking that U.S. title from another face, especially not Dean Ambrose. Of course, Dean Ambrose could turn heel, but I doubt he's going to do that right here. So, moving on to Del Rio. Del Rio, apparently, there's some rumors that Del Rio might return. And that's basically why I think Del Rio could be the person to answer this challenge. Why not? He has a history with John Cena. John Cena beat him for the World Heavyweight Championship close to the time where he was about to leave. So maybe Del Rio wants to get some payback. Maybe they want to restart the Del Rio and John Cena feud, but for the United States Championship. Have Del Rio beat John Cena. But of course, for that to happen, you'd have to have like Del Rio come in as a heel, or they could have him come in as a face. But like I said, I don't see John Cena coming back from his break and starting a feud with a face that took the championship from him. I see him coming back to beat a heel that took the championship from him to tie Flair's record as 6-time U.S. champ. And also, let's be honest, Del Rio as a face isn't exactly all that great. He's better as a heel. And the reason why I think it's not going to be Del Rio, though, is because I hear Del Rio is open to return maybe for like WrestleMania time, and it's still not WrestleMania time. Moving on to an NXT superstar. Now, as looking at the possible challengers for John Cena, like looking at the possible NXT challengers, I could see maybe Samoa Joe. Actually, out of all the NXT superstars, I'd love to see Samoa Joe answer the open challenge. That'd be pretty damn cool. But the thing is, superstars or NXT superstars tend to win the NXT championship before moving on to the main roster. Samoa Joe has yet to do that. He's yet to win the NXT championship, although it looks like he's going to head towards the NXT championship and have a match for it pretty damn soon. But he hasn't won it just yet, so I don't think we'll see him on the main roster. But hey, if Samoa Joe this Sunday comes out, I'll be happy, and I'd love to see the match. I'd love to see Samoa Joe win the U.S. Championship from John Cena. And then Braun Strowman. The reason why I said Braun Strowman is Braun Strowman versus John Cena is like Cena versus the Great Khali. It's like Cena versus Bray Wyatt. It's like Cena versus Rusev. Where we've got this, this monster heel, or this heel that's been dominating. Nobody's been able to beat this heel, and this heel, attacks John Cena, or gets the better of John Cena, but eventually Cena takes the monster down. It's happened with all the superstars I just listed, and I think it could happen with Braun. It's basically the story of John Cena's career, him facing off against the monsters, and, defeating them eventually. But anyways, I think Braun is going to be too busy with the Hell in a Cell match. And then finally, Carlito. Carlito, when he debuted, he won the U.S. Championship from John Cena. Currently, there's rumors that the WWE offered Carlito a contract. We still don't know if he signed it or not. He's booked to wrestle at an event on Saturday, though, but he's not booked on Sunday, I believe. So there's a chance that Carlito accepted that contract or that offer, and we see Carlito this Sunday face off against John Cena. They've got a long history, and like I said, on his debut, he beat John Cena for the U.S. Championship, so it'd be a perfect fit for him on his return to also beat him for the U.S. title. And also, Los Matadores turned heel like a month back or so, although they haven't been on TV, and I think it's because they're saving them for this moment right here to have them unmasked as Primo and Epico. And Primo is Carlito's cousin, and they used to roll with Carlito in the WWE, so we could have another 3-man faction, and we could have Carlito beat John Cena with some help from Primo and Epico. So I'm calling it right now, guys. This Sunday it's gonna be Carlito versus John Cena, and Carlito's gonna win the title with some help from Primo and Epico. Let me know who you think it's gonna be answering John Cena's challenge this Sunday, and I'm out. See ya.